is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to continue to share the teachings of a founding father of the science of epigenetics, Dr. Joel Wallach, Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 postdoctorates in pathology, naturopathic doctor. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Daily with Dr. and Becca. My name is Becca Dukes, and I'm excited to be back with you today, and even more excited to be able to have with us a returning guest as we are here on Daily with Doc, providing empowering information that helps you as an individual just open up and broaden what it is that you may want to ponder. So this program is made for educational purposes only. It is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician, nor is it meant to treat, diagnose, or cure disease. The opinions that we share here are our opinions. And with our amazing audience, I know that many of you have some of the same desire to look at the awareness of what's going on around us. So I am, like I said, very excited as we have our guest on today. So folks, if you were invited to this program by somebody specific, please make sure that you get back with them, as our program is a resource for an amazing community of certified holistic health coaches, advocates for health, and even those in the medical community who have realized the importance of nutrition for total wellness. And as we are welcoming our guest to the screen, folks, I am so honored to have Julio Mendoza back with us. He is an author, a functional medicine practitioner, nutrition educator, and passionate advocate for whole person wellness. And Julio brings a very unique perspective that reaches beyond the clinic through his work. He explores the connection between our health, our environment, and the world we live in. He encourages us to think critically about how environmental influences, cultural shifts, and global and political realities can impact our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. So drawing from his education in nutrition and functional medicine, Julio is dedicated to helping people look beyond symptom management to discover the root causes of illness and embrace practical, sustainable paths towards healing. His message reminds us that true wellness isn't created in isolation. It is shaped by the choices we make, the information we consume, the environments we live in, and the communities we build. We are so grateful to have you back with us, Julio. Thank you, and welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. And folks, for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Becca Dukes. I am a certified holistic health coach. I'm also a certified naturopathic practitioner and the producer of the Daily with Doc show. And because of my own experiences and coming from just barely surviving to now thriving, I created this show to continue the amazing research of the man and the doctor who helped me regain not only my health, but a purpose in this great world, Dr. Joel Wallach. So, Julio, I know you also are very much in line with Dr. Wallach and his philosophy, and through your own studies, have really seen the difference that nutrition makes, but also environment, and not just our physical where we're living, but the world we live in. And I know you have amazing information to share with us today. Welcome to Daily with Doc Julio. And hey, it's Julio 1st, right? July 1st. So why not have Julio as our guest for the day?
Thank you.
You are very welcome. I think we may have a delay as I am very remote. So Julio, tell us a little bit what has been put on your heart to share with us this week.
Thank you so much, Becca, for having me back, and thank you to the team for creating this beautiful presentation. I hope it inspires others around the world or wherever we are. I always believe that we are energy in a body, and not the other way around. This is my philosophy, my belief. But more than I believe is the wisdom that we get by thinking that we are that. By experiencing life, we can get away from a belief system, and then we can find truth. And I hope I don't sound so complicated, but the opposite of the collective centeredness, which some psychologists call ego, is truth. So how do we know when something is truthful? By experiencing something, and then it becomes wisdom. So I hope that the presentation from today will inspire, like I said. And I will start a little bit probably from my perspective of where I'm from. Each of us have an identity, a name, whether we are females or males, a cultural background, what kind of food we eat, where are we from? If we live in Europe, we eat a different type of food or meals. If we live in South America, it's a different meal, and so on. But what is really truthful to that person, or what is really truthful to the body? Because the body is also a different entity. The soul or the energy resides in that body, and the body doesn't know anything unless the self-centeredness of that person fits it, or the soul thinks, and by being aware, fits the body and protects it. Why am I saying that? Okay, let me go a little bit about me and my identity. I'm originally from Venezuela. I was born in Venezuela, in San Felipe, in a small state of Yaracuy. And as you can probably see, the news nowadays, my hometown was devastated by an earthquake. The news or the media, they're saying that's probably 1,000 people that probably passed away, or 50,000 people. I don't know. But it's been the last few days, it's been really hard on this population. And because I'm connected to that population, of course, the energy I can feel at distance. So sometimes I don't know what the drama of life or what I'm doing here or the purpose, but just the fact that the earthquake happened where I was born, and the second earthquake happened where I used to go to spend my childhood, which is a beautiful area of cattle, and a very simple area, actually. And those two simple areas are impacting the world in such a way that I cannot believe that those little towns are so, they sound so much nowadays. It's like everyone knows now where is San Felipe, and everybody knows where is Yumari. So anyhow, so coming from that area, also, I've been learning how consciousness and how by experiencing life, the good and the bad, we learn and we start awakening something that is more important to us. And that awareness is something that is intangible. So the theme of the today's program is integrity beyond dollars. And when I read the theme, it was kind of nice because integrity is something intangible. We don't see it. Most of us are here in life, and whatever we see is what we believe is true. And what about if the opposite is what is true? What about if what we don't see is true? And then the difference in those two makes us the duality that we're living in. And in that duality, depending upon how we're thinking and depending upon the information we're gathering, that's how we're going to manifest in the world. So if I have hate, if I have greed, if I have all those vices, which is the opposite of virtues, then whatever is going to be manifested will be weak, will be lies. And if I manifest something with love, which is a high vibration of sentiment or feeling, or with alignment, whatever we want to call it, or with light, then whatever is going to manifest is going to stand up longer. I think that's, getting into religion. I think that's what Jesus said when he said on the cross, whatever, he said, my kingdom is not your kingdom. Of course, the kingdom of the vices is lower vibration and the kingdom of God is higher vibration. And that's why the world, the way we see it nowadays, is collapsing. It's not only the earthquake, but the earthquake is inside of us in the battle. And also one of the experiences of life, and I will share, being from Venezuela, my father was a lawyer, and that's something that I love to share with you. And it's time for me to bring it up. And when my father was a lawyer in human rights, he retired very early because he said, again, this is my experience now. He said, it's very easy to study and become a lawyer, but it's very hard to practice the career. If you want to practice with low vibration, it's very easy and you're going to make money because the money will be above the integrity. But if you want to be integrity and then the dollars, then it's going to be very hard to practice because then you'll find battles outside of you. And I always kept that in my mind. So I have in front of me a book, not a book, experiences gathered by my father since 1999, when he was defending himself from a violation of private property. And I'll share something very briefly. And that violation of, even though he was a lawyer and he defended himself, he didn't have any other lawyers against the current, against the battle, threatened, they threatened for him that they threatened him and his family and his children, including me and my mother. And at that time, we migrated in the 80s to the United States, and many people did not understand that. We're talking about 1980. Let's not get political here. It's not about politics. It's just the consciousness that exists in the world. And then that consciousness changes roles because we are souls playing roles. And the roles changes, left, right, north, south, Muslim, religion, Catholic, it changes. But what stays as truth is the love. It doesn't matter the label. The same thing happens with
Oh, I think he froze, and here I was worried about me being the one that freezes. He'll be back. He'll be back. So, folks, can you just hear the passion that he has for not only his country, but just people in general? And like he said, not getting political, not getting religious, there's love everywhere. And I am just so intrigued about how he's able to connect not only our health and our wellness within us individually, but how our environment has influence on that as well. So I'm hoping he will be back with us here shortly. Super thankful and grateful for each and every one of you being here live with us. And folks, if you would like to join us live, you may do so by going to live.dailywithdoc.com. You will need to be signed in to your Zoom account, as we do have approvals in place for those that are able to join us. So again, zoom.dailywithdoc.com. We're here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific, 1 to 2 Mountain, 2 to 3 Central, 3 to 4 Eastern. And if you're anywhere else in any other time zone, thank goodness for the internet. If you're watching us, you've got it. Just ask your favorite browser what time it is in your time zone when it is, say, 12 o'clock Pacific time. So, and if you were, again, invited by somebody specific, make sure that you get back with them and share what you liked best about the program. If you're watching us on any of the different platforms, please leave us a comment. Let us know that you're there, where you're joining us from. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. We also have an email list that if you go to our sponsoring website, which is dailywithdoc.com, you are able to sign up for our email list and have a good foods, bad foods list emailed to you to help you in making choices. And folks, it's not about, well, it is. It's about making sure that we put in our body what is serving to our body. Now, our body was not built on lab-made chemicals. It was built divinely through the dust of the earth. And that's minerals. So if we're not intentionally putting minerals back into our body to support the cells, there's going to have decline. And we want to make sure that everybody understands that it's very important what you put in your mouth and how it's going to affect your health and wellness. And as we continue on, I just, there's so much noise going on in regards to health and wellness. You have so many different options. And I have tried so many different options, especially, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was 270 pounds. And I was miserable. I had 13 different labels, diagnoses, which I am writing a book about losing labels, which I'm excited to be able to share with you here, hopefully in the near future. But through the teachings of Dr. Wallach and putting in and implementing not only his teachings and his philosophy, but also the products, the nutrition that is so complete that he was so instrumental in helping to formulate, helped me quickly regain my health. Something I'd never thought I would be able to do again. I wanted to get rid of my migraines and maybe lose a little weight. Well, from that experience, I lost 100 pounds, no longer have the migraines. In fact, I very seldom have even a headache over the last 10 years. And I am touchable. And for those of you who suffer from some conditions where you hurt all over and just don't want to be touched, you understand. But now I love hugs and spending time with people and in close proximity. So we do have Julio coming back in with us. He'll be on the screen with us momentarily. Again, folks, if you are more interested in getting information about what we do and how you can be part of a solution and helping others create a better health journey, get back with the person that shared this program with you. And if there's no one to thank, we do have a call team standing by at 855-949-3377. Again, that's 855-949-3377. Julio, welcome back. If we could have
Hello.
Julio
Can you
added
hear
to
me
the
well?
screen with me, thank you so much.
Okay. So there was a blackout,
Oh, right.
something like for a minute or so. I don't know.
Oh, this must be
Okay.
that heat or something.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I'm back.
Wonderful.
Yes. What was I saying?
Well, you had told us about your father being a lawyer
Yes.
and how if you want to make money and have integrity, it's very difficult. Uh-oh.
Is it? No?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. My father, yeah, in 1999, he had some issues with the private land. And we were like, I don't know if you've heard the book Don Quixote. Don Quixote was against the world. So that's how my father was. As a lawyer, he was defending himself and he was fighting all these battles against society. but he had the facts in front of him. So sometimes when there is integrity, you have the facts. You cannot gain, the person cannot go against the truth. Otherwise, it will be a self-centered type of thinking and consciousness. So anyway, he won the litigation. It's been since 1999. We won. Statute of limitation is over, and it was against the government. And very briefly, what happens? The judges, everybody was corrupted. And what is corruption? Low vibration. It's when lies and truth cannot. They gotta lie. They still have to lie in order to get away from the truth. So it's a very disappointing and frustrating issue. So I remember I was like around 25 years old at that point, and my father said, you know, Julio, when I passed away, everybody will say that I had a big character, that I was a monster or whatever, but nobody will say that I took money from anybody. And I will leave my consciousness, I will leave this world with my good consciousness because I don't want to reincarnate. He believed in that. He said, when we don't learn lessons in life, we reincarnate and we go back to this world. So anyway, this is just becoming a little bit more spiritual or talking about spirituality. And he read a lot. But anyway, long story short, after 23 years since he's passed, I'm just going through whatever, all the teachings that he left me behind. And when I see the earthquake, I don't see the litigation. The litigation is just a story that didn't go through because of corruption, because of let's say because of this low vibration consciousness that sometimes we cannot understand. I'm sorry. So sorry about this. So anyway, so then after this earthquake happened in my hometown, I said, "Wow, Father, your presence still here." And then I didn't see the earthquake only. I just saw the consequences, for instance, of not having codes in the buildings. Why did they collapse? In other words, at each moment of our life, whoever is professional, whoever is a doctor, conventional doctors, or whomever, lawyers, engineers, the moment of truth when they're doing something with integrity, that's the manifestation. Well, I don't know what's happening in the world nowadays, that the consciousness is so low that then the future generations are paying the consequences. And sometimes we hear in the news, oh, future generations, what's happening to the world, or what's going to happen. Each of us need to change to this new consciousness so it becomes collective. So anyway, so many years afterwards, this is what's happening. And then I was thinking, oh, wow, the planet is like the body. So I started connecting all these dots. In other words, the planet doesn't know what we're doing to it. So when we have emotions and we are angry or something's happening in the world, Gaia is absorbing that energy and it's blocking it until it explodes. So in the human body, we have an analogy. The human body, the body is like the earth, it's like the planet, it's the matter. But then the emotions that we have, they get, if we don't heal them, they get blocked in our organs and it becomes a disease. That's the earthquake. But actually, what's happening to us is that the symptomatology of our bodies are telling us what we need to do. In other words, it's about not healing when the chronic crisis or whatever something is here because it's going to be worse, but it's about preventing it prior. So we have all this opportunity to awaken ourselves in all areas. We all are connected. Politics is connected. But I always say, so I don't know, I love the English language because, English, you can create many words. And I always say, okay, politics. Politics is about polis, town, people, community, what kind of benevolence or what kind of political events are we going to do to create? Because that's what God or the universe wants us to do, be creators. Now, what kind of creativity are we going to use? Are we going to be using self-centered? Are we going to use love for that? Even all the people that have been gathered here that have wanted, that have come to planet to do something good, something has happened to them. We have Jesus, which is the most important one. But anyway, so what's happening is the body, continue with an analogy, the planet is like the body, like this vessel, and the emotions is the vibrations that we put into the body. So when I saw the earthquake, I said, wow, we could have prevented it. But if people are not listened, that is I feel very frustrated. I feel very disappointed, but I cannot do anything. If this hasn't happened, if we have people that they don't abide by the law, if they, instead of feeding goodness to the world, are feeding vices, anger, greed or what have you, the consequences of that outcome are going to be catastrophic. And that's what's happening in Venezuela right now. I don't know how many buildings have collapsed, like 300 buildings. There is no housing, no food. It's really, and it's rich. It's a rich country. It's minerals, there's oil, petroleum, gold, emerald. It's like it's like the body. God gave us the body with all the goodness, but we destroy because of lack of awareness, because of low vibration. We destroy as we grow up. So as you remember here, I don't know, and I share this, our grandmothers used to tell us, I don't know, in different cultures, because we have gathered many people from different parts of the world. But in my culture, our grandmothers, whenever they saw her smoking or drinking or whatever, they say, well, when you get older, you're going to pay the consequences. So in other words, it's not about getting old and not being healthy. It's about how we're going to protect the vessel, how are we going to protect the earth. So anyway, all those things are going on right now. And I said, wow, when integrity is beyond dollar, and dollar is not bad, dollar is a mean to do something. If I had, millions of dollars right now, my consciousness is saying, oh, wow, I can do so many things. I can help people. I can create in so many ways. But in that creativity, then the consciousness also changes from me to we. So the me and the I it doesn't exist anymore, because it's about community, it's about we. And then we increase that vibration. And also connecting David Hopkins to all this in the map of consciousness, he always talks about the two different frequencies. So 200 is courage. So after 200 hertz, not getting into, but let's say a number, then what is that courage? Is the capacity to really undo something from the past to then see newness. So for that, we need courage. And then in that courage, that's why you exist here, all of you, longevity. Why? Because what you're doing is educating people. What you're doing is giving information on a very high level consciousness about what is true and what is true for the body. Does the body need bad fat or good fat? Okay, what is good fat? Then the education process starts. And like you said on your question, one of the things I love about Joel Wallach is because Mr. Wallach, and if he's listening, he knows, he's in a very high conscientious state of mind. And whatever he's manifesting in his world, in our world, it's going to be goodness. But because the population, so many of us are in low vibration, and I'm talking about worldwide, then that information is taken for granted. There's always a charlatan, or he doesn't know. But when they see his curriculum vitae or his resume, that he has worked his way through from being a land connoisseur into then an animal connoisseur and then a professional naturopathic, then you say, wow, why don't we listen to these individuals? Why don't we listen to Chinese medicine? What happened to all that blockages? So we blocked. So that's going to explode like an earthquake sooner or later. And in the health arena, it's going to explode with chronic illnesses. So anyway, this is what's going on and percolating. And I see my father, and I see the growth and my experiences, and I said, wow, what's happening? It's like it's all connected. It's like really sad. And I said, wow, now I understand why people say that love is the answer for everything, because it's a very high vibrational, and we're in war. I think we're in war, not getting labels here. We are in war between light and darkness. And light meaning high vibration after 200 on the map of consciousness, let's put it simple. And then in low vibration is really the darkness. So the darkness doesn't exist, only it's opaque, it's blocked. The darkness blocks the light, but the light is always present. It's just that we need to awaken that light from within. It's not from outside. So that's what's going on right now inside of me. And I hope that from these experiences that my country is living, other countries can learn, because also Venezuela is located in a very important geographic region. I'm not going to go there. Even the Bible talks about the Queen of the South, which is a very energetic place. Venezuela is very special, not because I'm from there, but it's very special. The energy that we can breathe there is very special. So I don't know what's going on, to be honest. It's something to be probably decoded later on. But this is the beginning. And I see that many things will happen. But we need to think individually. We need to put the oxygen mask on so we can help others. And by how do we help ourselves? exactly what you just are doing, what you've been teaching, eating well, exercising, meditation, good conversations, all that, because the exterior is becoming nonsense because it's low vibrational.
Well, so how do we do this? I mean, there's education, and we've got to look for the truth. And without those two things, then it's not so easy to make informed choices, or even choose the right community, the right company to look at when it comes to even products that we put into our body. So what did you find? What really drew you to even consider longevity and being part of longevity?
Okay, beautiful. Okay, I always say that it's always about frequency and vibration. If I want to listen at 90.9 AM or 90.9 FM, I need to synchronize myself to that vibration. That's number one. It's a very intuitively heart chakra thing. It comes from inside out. That's number one. Because right now we have so much information, and we can just we can see YouTube. We can see lots of video. AI now can do miracles and can do so many things. But now I see AI, and sometimes I say, oh, this is interesting. This is true. I can feel that it's true what they're saying. Or YouTube, I can see Deli with Dog. Oh, that's true. I like it. Oh, I like Ben. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Look what Becca is saying. It resonates. So that's number one. So longevity, then, if it's going back to Dr. Wallach, his vibration probably is not probably, it's very high, very humble person. Humble is a very high vibrational frequency. So when we see longevity and what he manifested, then it's beautiful. And why he created it. Why did he create it? Because he saw darkness. He saw that the land doesn't have minerals. He saw that the animals don't have minerals. He perceived that the cycle of darkness, the food we're eating is not good. It's creating illnesses. Ben talks about dirty blood. Yes, we're becoming very dirty because that's the vices. The vices is a reflection. Even in the inside, we're getting dirty. So we need to then get educated. So what pushed me to longevity was the fact that it was an alternative, because we don't have anything exterior. Then we need to have an alternative. Okay, let's supplement ourselves. And that's the word supplementation. And then people that are not aware and not educated, and I'm not saying that they didn't go to school. No, I'm not talking about university education. I'm talking about awareness education. Many people that, by the way, not blaming, but many people that were dark with my father were very well educated, and I'm not judging. It's just how we've been programmed. So we go back to programming. So how do we do it? By undoing that programming. It's like it doesn't work. I give you an example. I know a lot of people that I've been trying to help, and they say, well, Julio, I'm vegetarian. Okay. Who is vegetarian? You, the identity, or your body? Because the body's getting ill. You need proteins. But now they say, oh, but I understand I was raised by having that belief. Okay, you need to undo that. But then you get another information like Ayurveda, and Ayurveda, they talk about different three types of energy. The energies of the Ayurveda. Some people can eat meat, some people cannot stand meat, they cannot eat it. So then we said, oh, the body is by individual. Not everybody is the same. So people can eat eggs, and then we have all these different, sometimes we gather friends and we start talking about food, and then some might say, oh, eggs are not good on me. Oh, but I like eggs. Dr. Wallace says eggs. No, but not on me. Well, it might be leaky gut. It might be that it's a different energy prototypes. In other words, we need to really know our vessel. So sometimes we get all this information, but how are we going to decode? How are we going to explain that information? By frequency, by the heart chakra, by aligning ourselves to the exterior. So that is the process of awakening. So yes, the supplements that Dr. Walla, for instance, longevity is doing, it goes good well for everybody because it's colloidal. It is natural. So the body will react positively and lovingly with high frequency when we are given, when the exterior is given to it, what is in alignment. What is not in alignment is going to create chronic illnesses, and it will speak up by symptomatologies. So that's why he approached me, because I've been in other type of businesses, but he never, I was never aligned. So let me put it that way. But then after reading the books, okay, the books, oh my goodness, epigenetics, Dr. Wada talks about herbalism, Dr. Wada talks about all these different topics that are all related to natural cures. And it's so a given, it's truth. It's the opposite of self-centeredness. So that's how we start choosing, because we have free will. That's another thing. We are living a role of free will, but then what are we going to choose? If I don't have the right information and education, and I'm not in alignment, then whatever I'm going to choose is going to be ultimately not good, if it's low vibration. Does that make sense? So I think it's a matter of choosing well, and nowadays I think the world is going to, it's no longer outside in, or it's from inside out. I mean, it's a lot of meditation, it's a lot of introspection, it's a lot of feeling, it's a lot of, okay, I'll give you two stories, because I think this will explain what really your question. And I think by explaining stories, we can relate. I'll give you two. I'm helping a friend of mine with cancer, vegetarian, and she went through chemo and all that. And I said, let me help you, let me help you. It took me almost a year for her to say yes. And then, I allow her frequency or whatever was happening, no pushing, no nothing. I just want to help you. But anyway, there is always on this role, okay, what is in for me? Or what's the catch? Or are you selling me something? I just wanted to help, but people, because of low frequency and people taking advantage of population, they don't trust. Trust is high frequency. So anyway, I was helping her until she says yes. Nowadays, I started cleansing her digestive and nervous system and the blood and what have you. She feels fantastic. Oh my gosh, Julio, why didn't I listen to you before? So that's one type. The other type in Venezuela, this is the scenario. A very poor lady, no smartphone, nothing. She didn't know anything. She's a farmer. She's not educated. She's never gone to the university. Just see the countries in Venezuela. So the only thing she knew was about plants. And I told her, what's wrong with you? Through a cousin of mine, Julio, can you help this lady? Yes, but the products are not in Venezuela. I wish I could bring them over. Oh my God, I would love to open the market. Anyway, so all the story started there. And I said, well, what can I do now? Okay, where do you live? Can you let's give you something for parasite? You need to get rid of parasite. Don't eat this, don't eat that. Eat butter. What do you have around? Oh, I have avocados. Okay, great. Eat a lot of avocado. She had 3 tumors on her left side, and they were cancers. But the lady was so strong, being a farmer, and she knew something in her advantage. She knew about plants. So she listened to me. I told her no sugar, no this, no that. She just followed through my cousin. I never spoke with her directly. Never. It was just, I was like a messenger. Guess what? She listened to me. The lady listened to me, to my cousin. I said, I've never met her. I've never seen her. No money, no smartphone, no videos to look for videos, that can help her. Guess what? She that was a year and a half ago. The lady called me and said, Julio, can I tell you something? The lady fell and now she has a broken bone. Okay, what's going on? Is that the same lady with cancer? Yes. How is she doing with cancer? Julio, the tumors are gone. That's the end of the story. My point is attitude. So in other words, she had the right attitude and the right knowledge at that specific time. Help the body heal itself. We don't heal. That's why the FDA is very right. We don't heal. We don't heal. The body, we provide the body, like Dr. Joel Wallach says, we provide the body the opportunity to heal itself with the divine intelligence that the body has. The body has a very divine intelligence. But if we provide vices, low vibrational food, it's going to be vices. It's going to be chronic. If we provide high vibrational foods and supplement, then it's going to act simply well. So it is true what the scenario is saying. We don't heal. We don't cure. The body is supposed to do the job. I think something bigger than us is the one that really has that job. But we don't. We just are facilitators. And in my career, functional medicine is about understanding how the body works. If I don't understand how the body works, how I'm going to be adding something that is might not be appropriate. So it's common sense, and I think we have lost it.
I do think that common sense has been lost in many areas of life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I look at those that are on, well, 10 years ago, they were on 2 pharmaceuticals, and you look at their list today, and they're 10, 15, 20 pharmaceuticals.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they're not better. They continue to get worse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So common sense would be, okay, maybe this isn't what's helping me.
Mm-hmm.
And from our industry in helping people through functional medicine, naturopathic,
Mm-hmm.
the body's not chemical or pharmaceutical deficient.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
It's nutrient deficient. And I think that's one thing where health has really come up to that integrity wall, where you're looking at marketing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that integrity without action changes nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
So I think that's where we really have a position of sharing the truth and the compassion and the science
Mm-hmm.
and service,
Mm-hmm.
all of them coming together
Mm-hmm.
so that we really can allow the body to do what it was designed to do
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and grow at a higher vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And that is get better.
Mm-hmm. And if we define integrity, and if we look it up, because words is also creation in order to communicate, but integrity means whole. It's wholeness. So even if I only see one side of the coin when there are two, or let's say a house with different angles, but I only see one, that's going to be the way I'm going to perceive that object. That's how I'm going to perceive that particular. But if I open my horizons and peripheral, and then now I see all the perceptions, then my way of looking at something, it changes. It's like a plane. We are here, we only see this scenario, but if I fly, I will see the whole land and the houses and all that. So that's how we need to expand consciousness. So we right now are very narrow minded. I think population, when I say we, I talk about the whole world, of course. And then I think also if we go back to the scriptures, that when people, Jesus said, your faith save you. That, or the person who was blind, and I think that's what he meant. He was talking about consciousness, the loving consciousness. So faith, like the lady with the attitude, her faith saved her. It wasn't Julio. Julio was just a facilitator. So also one of the things is about integrity is about wholeness. That's a great subject. The dollar is just a means. So that's number one. And what else can we do? That was another question, and it's coming right now into my mind. If we are bombarded in low vibration already, we need to break the ice and increase somehow how we've been programmed to something bigger. So we need some type of laws or some type of freedom, like saying, how can I say this? I don't know if I can say this, but it will be fascinating. One of the things that I find when I'm talking with longevity people is the money problem. Oh, it's too expensive. In Venezuela, people are making $1 per month. In other countries, Colombia, is a lot of money. But anyway, but I know it's for health. That's because of economic reasons, right? That's one area of perception. But I said, well, what about if we create laws, okay, that can protect us and are not hidden under a drawer, laws that can say, you know what, from now on, insurances will cover holistic and non-holistic type of thing. So that programming right there will open the horizon. Of course, this is a lot of battle. This will be a battle, big battle, because we're talking about integrity versus dollars. But it's at the end, what matters is the integrity. What matters is the high vibration. What matters is the alignment between the body and the soul. If I don't have an excellent body and a vessel, how is my soul going to manifest in this vessel? But if I'm ill, I don't even think. I just act as a robot. I'm just dormant. So, I mean, how can we change the paradigm? So many people in the spiritual world, whether it's, I don't know, what's conspiracy, I don't want to say the word conspiracy, they talk about the indigos, adults, and the children, and the crystals, and the new people that are coming to Earth. Well, the indigos have a specific purpose, and their purpose is to change paradigms, because in order for future generations to come, so they can live comfortably and they can live with the truth and not with the lies. So we need paradigm changes, and I think we're living that right now, I believe. And Dr. Joel Wallach, if that's true, he's a pretty great indigo adult.
Before indigo was even a word that pertained to individuals, he has just been researching and putting the mind that he was given into a purpose of helping people. And you had mentioned something earlier, and I thought about how he was traveling over 300 days a year for decades to share this information and message with people, so that they also can have the awareness that there's more that they can do to help themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know even for him that it went beyond marketing. It went beyond just making sure that, you know, you sold something, but really went deep into the truth and his compassion and the science and service to help others. I mean, he set a pretty good example for us.
Yeah, I know. And you know, it's sad, because you know the truth. People know the truth. We're learning to know the truth. There's a knowingness inside each individual when they're doing something with love, and it resonates. Nothing is against that. And going back to the earthquakes and all that, when I go back, I said, wow, we could have prevented that. It hurts so much. I have lost friends. I mean, people around. I even, I don't know how to say this. Even my father, you know, he's resonating right now, and I see what he wanted to do. And there are good people that want to do good things, you know, goodness. But the blockages, the preventing from doing that, the programming that we have, the not being able to change paradigms in a very conscientious, loving way, those are the blockages. And then we say, well, sometimes it sounds selfish. Okay, go within, go within. You cannot do anything without. But yet we're living in this planet. It's like, okay, I'm surrounded by all the negativity. Okay, you cannot be, you need to be positive. Okay, I mean, we can be, if I tell a Venezuelan right now, be positive, what are they going to say? I'm surviving. I don't have that positivity right now. When that positivity can be prevented. So that's why I would love, you know, sometimes this is a marketing, by the way, probably, but from heart, I say, I would love to open, I mean, that would be fascinating in my country, Venezuela. There's so many things, and we can combine it with herbalism and supplements and homeopathic. I think that's a new revolution. And revolution, another definition, something that I learned, it says revolution means to organize what is disorganized. So right now, if it is a chaos because it's so low vibration, and then we can organize that disorganization, then we are revolutionizing something. But people then relay revolution with a color, red or whatever, battles, left, right. I have no idea. But if we think about it, then it's just it's revolutionizing the consciousness. It's really, let's go back to truth. You're living a lie, and that lie. Now I'm understanding, and Dr. Joel Wallace said this, and now I can get it. He says people die of lack of nutrition. So if I'm not aware, if I'm not eating well because this is my belief, this is what I was raised into, this is the food I eat, I don't want to change, I don't do that, then slowly the density of the body is not going to encapsulate that light, which is the soul. The soul is very light and the body is dense already. So then we are killing ourselves if we look into it. Nobody is, you know, but who is also helping into that? We can do better marketing, we can do better things to, you know what I mean, to program differently. So we need to provide people now the two different options. I think it's fair, but if I only see one option and then I need to dig into the other one, it's complicated because I need to study, we need to do this. I think kids nowadays, if we were in a new era or golden age, as many scriptures are saying that we're getting into, I think kids, and when they're in elementary school, should be learning about finances, health, food, all these that we're talking about. And I think that will happen. I'm probably not going to be here in 2080 or 3000, but I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. That's where we're going to, because the world is an earthquake. It's a constant earthquake. It will explode one day or another. And if we don't prevent, if we're not listening, like my father was to, because of corruption. And what is corruption? It's because we're thinking more, we're not thinking with integrity. That's how I put corruption. We are not being, integrity. So that's really, so we need to educate, education. Sometimes education means to remember. We need to remember what we were. What happens that we shifted into something that we're not?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And, Dr. Wallach talks about the 90 essential nutrients being, the foundation, but I see it being a little more than maybe that's the foundation for our bodies, but the foundation of honesty and stewardship, responsibility, making choices, that's all part of it, whether we're choosing a supplement, whether
Yes.
we're choosing, what we're going to put on our grass.
Yes.
Whether it's choosing, who we're gonna follow.
Yes.
Or who's gonna represent us.
And
that's all part of the big picture.
Yes. And
who are we gonna trust? And go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just the thought came, and that has to be with the attitude. In other words, God created us in a way that we don't want to see it. But you mentioned the integrity, the ethics, the honesty. That's high vibration, right? And what happens when we are in a high vibration? Peacefulness comes. We are peaceful. And if peacefulness comes, the cortisol level goes down. All the hormones start working for us and not against us. Low vibration creates illnesses. So even the thought about the nervous system working on our behalf is powerful. So it's the supplements plus the principles plus the quality of life plus good paradigms that we can follow, because sometimes we are like guinea pigs, we need to follow. Some of us can be wolves, some of us can be, no, not wolf, I mean the sheep or the pasture. What's it called when the sheep are gathered with somebody? In other words,
the flock.
Exactly. The shepherd, that's it, the shepherd of the sheep. So what is it? So we need to be led by good shepherds. So if we are not led by good shepherds, then what are we following? So we go back to the vibration. So again, the parasympathetic system is a reset mode of the body. People don't realize that when we are in peace mode, many things can happen. Autophagy, which is great, healing. We're not supposed to eat so much. We're supposed to be eating less and allow the body to heal and regenerate. So when we are in the integrity mode, we are regenerating. When we are not, we are creating chronics. So even duality in our own bodies, if we think about it, we connect the dots. If I say, for instance, the planet is to the body, a vibration is to the soul, and we start thinking about what the planet is and what the body needs, it's in constant coherence. That's another word that I like very much. If I'm saying, I'm thinking, and I'm doing something that are not in coherence, then I'm lying to myself. And I'm lying, and that lying will eventually kill my own vessel, because I'm lying to myself. So, and to top it off, if we add the lies of others and all the programmings and all the information, then how are we going to discern that information? And discernment is a high vibrational concept. Anyway, this is fascinating, and it's like connecting the dots somehow. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Becca. I just wanted to.
Oh, no, and I love that, because it is about connecting the dots. Absolutely. So whether you're just, wanting to stay healthy and keep that energy that people want to be around, or if, you realized I have slipped away from where I want to be
Mhm. Mhm.
and want to come back. Finding a community that has the integrity,
Mhm.
has the people that are, you know, going in the same direction you are
Mhm.
or want to be, that
Mhm.
all plays into the big picture of wellness.
Mhm. Mhm.
That includes physical wellness,
Mhm.
emotional,
Mhm.
mental, financial wellness.
Mhm.
It all comes together.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. And nature, again, is showing us that. Look at the bees, the ants. Do they work separately? They are a community. And what do? They give off with so much love, honey, and antibacterial gathered from the plants. The ants, they get their food for the winter. And we, as a community, what do? We separate. So we need community. It's high vibrational. Low vibrational is self-centeredness. So anyway, it's fascinating. So if we look at nature, we'll find the answers. The microbiome, lack of good bacteria, what's happening to the land, is lacking the good bacteria that can change the minerals to colloidals and then the plants can absorb. It's a reflection of the microbiome. So we're all connected. It's incredible. Vitamin D, which is not a vitamin, it's a hormone. I mean, we need the sun. Uh, we need seawater. We're connected. And if we have constantly earthquake and we in the low vibrational consciousness are destroying the planet, guess what? We're not going to get honey anymore. We're not going to have honey anymore. So we need to raise vibration. We really need to go back to the essence of what we are. And what is that essence? It's not that we are a body and a soul. We are a soul and a body having a manifesting a human experience. And then when we go. We're going to take all the good and the bad. And whatever was bad, we're going to come back to learn the lessons. I'm afraid of that. And that's called karma. That's another subject. But I'm afraid of that. We need to really be very high conscious. I mean, I'm not there. I'm not perfect. I'm not a saint. But I'm trying. Like there is a book of the four agreements. Do your best is the last agreement. Do your best.
Yeah. Well, we're coming up on the end of the show. And, one thing that I want to share with everybody is when I was at my lowest, I found light in Dr. Wallach, in his message, in longevity, and found something that I myself could believe in and could promote. And with having that integrity, it goes beyond just marketing and trying to sell something, but it's actually offering hope.
Mm-hmm.
And folks, if you have faith
Mm-hmm.
in there being another way, or there's something I haven't tried, I know there's something, this actually might be what it is that you're looking for. And I would love to invite my community. This is just a small fraction of my community, the co-hosts that are here with us today, as they also have had this faith and just have found the community where we can all grow and thrive and help others do the same. And folks, if you've ever wanted to be part of something that does that, we invite you to join us. Get back with the person that shared this program with you, because it's more about, or it's not just about selling something with us, but it's a service of offering what can really change the life of not only the individual, but communities, cities, states, countries, in raising the vibration. Because when we feel horrible, are we, jumping to get out there and help people? No.
Mm-hmm.
But when we feel good and we have something within us that wants to share,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I really think that we are not only going to, I'm trying to think of another word because I know Ruth Ellen's going to scold me. I think she nodded her head, but of being able to give not only our body what it needs to do, what it is designed to do, but also make wiser choices that then support our environment around us, including our world, the earth. And trying to kill things off is not the right direction, folks. Not at all. We need to feed it. We need to nurture it. We need to show love, not only to each other, but even the other creations around us. So if I could have our co-hosts come up on the screen with us, because I'm not seeing you.
Yeah.
I would greatly appreciate it. As folks, this program is about community and helping people see that there are different options, different mindsets, and in even multiple mindsets, there still can be that integrity. Julio, do you have any closing words?
Yes, I like to add to what you're saying is we all connected, even the words. You mentioned the word faith, and faith is to believe in what we don't see. And most of us just want to have, we believe in what we see, and it's the material. But we don't, when we believe in what we don't see ethics, we don't see integrity, we don't see love. We see it by actions, by being coherent. So that's high. And as a Venezuelan right now, I'm a Venezuelan American. I am so grateful to be here in this country right now. He opened the door in the worst moments of our lives and my family. I am so grateful, honestly, from my heart. I just want to see how the narrative with Venezuelans can change a little bit. We added, when I say we, the world, there were a lot of negative things added to the people. And that emotion and those negative feedback can create negative emotions. And now it exploded in an earthquake. And now the world have all the solidarity. Let's not wait for an earthquake to have solidarity. We need to have solidarity when we still can prevent things. No after, because it gets harder. To build up. If I am on a bed with cancer and I will need more. But if I can prevent, I have hope. Let's not wait until the end so the intangible can help us. Otherwise, it will be too late.
That's right. And, prevention is so much better than reaction, which goes right into what you are saying. Ruth Ellen, I see your hand. Do we have hands? I cannot see if we have hands.
No, we don't have hands, but we've had a few comments on YouTube. So I want to go to hear them. And I'm going to spell this person's username because I'll probably murder it. It's SERVIRESVIVIRR. Says, so nice to see and hear Julio. And then heart to Dr. Wallach. And ZZ Captain says, makes sense to me. I'm picking. Also, ZZ Captain says, wow, it's been a good one. Thanks, everybody. 2 thumbs up. So thumb up, thumb up.
Thank you for that. Thank you. So, Julio, thank you again for being on with us. I know we're going to have you coming up next week as well with another great inspirational topic. And I am so thankful to everybody who is joining us here live in the Zoom and watching us, whether it's the live stream or catching us on a replay. Each and every one of you are investing into yourself, your community, to raise the vibration that is sharing truth, to serve and help others. And I just, for my co-hosts, Marilyn, she's doing a fantastic job putting comments in the chat here that's only available here live in the Zoom. Phyllis, She is adding to that as well. Thank you so much. And she's one of the pioneers behind Dr. Wallach's mission to be heard around the world. We have Albert, who is on the other side of the world in South Africa, joining us. And he is our gatekeeper, helping to let people in. We have Sherry, and I know it's not in order, but I can't see the whole group of you, who's joining us. She's had several different certifications in nutrition and coaching, and longevity has been the one that she has chosen to really be a part of and share with her community. So thank you, Sherry. And last but not least, because I don't know that I see our digital marketing manager on with us, but we do have my executive production manager, Ruth Ellen Sanchez, who has done a fantastic job over the last week filling in, or 2 weeks, filling in as I am away serving and helping my family and just being part and present for them. So thank you so much, Ruth Ellen, for all that you do. And again, all of you who took the time to be here with us, we greatly appreciate you as individuals. It just shows integrity. Many of you show up each and every day that we are on, and we just love to have you part of our community. So once again, Julio, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Becca Dukes, as the Director of Student Services for the Institute of Holistic Health, the producer of this show, a certified naturopathic practitioner myself, and certified holistic health coach. It is my honor and privilege to be able to share information that you can actually act upon, folks. If you've never spoken to anybody about health and wellness, or Dr. Wallach, or longevity, and you would like to get connected with a certified holistic health coach, please call 855-949-3377. 855-949-3377. And if you prefer to write in with questions, it's questions with an S at dailywithdoc.com. Again, questions at dailywithdoc.com. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. And tomorrow we have another program. Ruth Ellen, share with us who you're going to be hosting tomorrow.
Tomorrow will be Dr. Lisa Singletary.
Fabulous.
Yes, it'll be fun.
Yes, and she always gives such a beautiful, colorful presentation. So look forward to that. And then, of course, Friday with Pharmacist Spins on Pharmacist Fridays. So have a great day, everybody. And again, reach out to the person that shared this program with you. Share what you liked best about it. And if you have any questions, they are your go-to, your number one contact, as they cared enough about you and shared the love. Until next time, bye for now.
Thank you. Blessings to all.
Thank you, everybody.
This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to continue to share the teachings of a founding father of the science of epigenetics, Dr. Joel Wallach, Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 postdoctorates in Pathology, Naturopathic Doctor.